Clipping.
So it was clipping, so all the waveforms were being real no-no. But it sounded,
it
was
good.
The best way to do it for that particular sound.
Well, since we're talking about Smush, and Vince liked to do everything himself, and we were a little miffed in the sound department because we found out that he had dubbed the Star Wars.
Right.
So, more geeky audio stuff, but basically a headphone signal is an amplified signal, right, to drive the headphones, and he put that right into the computer, to the Sound Blaster card, and sampled it. And it sounded really big and huge and over the top, and we said, Vince, let people do this who know how. So we couldn't get it to sound as good as he had it, no matter what we did. And then I finally realized the only way to get it to sound better, or even just a little better than what he had, was to deliberately clip it and overdrive the analog signal and overdrive everything.
There was a local radio DJ named Alex Bennett who was a big fan of David Tennant. And he was a fan of ours. We got him to do the voice of the stadium announcer.
That's right.
That's Alex Bennett. He was like the Howard Stern before Howard Stern, as I think you would say.
Mm-hmm. Didn't we get him to do some sort of PR thing on his show?
I got to go on the show and promote.
Oh, right.
Wasn't he at the...
He was at the rap party, too, yeah. He was an institution in San Francisco radio.
Yes, he was.
KMEL and all these different...
Live 105, yeah.
105, yeah, he was a big deal, and he got his voice in the game.
You big fella, come give our derby cars.
No.
Souvenirs to remind. Buy your kids a bunny. So, all right, let's see the cash, amigo.
I'll owe you.
No bucks, no yucks, compadre. Don't be a cheap jerk. Buy something. What can I get you?
I'm looking for a good souvenir.
Well, good souvenirs is all I got. What can I fix you up with?
How about that little car there?
It's small, but it's not cheap, my friend. You better just take it for a test drive to make sure.
Those shirts come in extra large?
No, but they're pretty shrunk.
No thanks. Bunnies, and plenty of them.
You want bunnies? I got your bunnies. How much you got on you?
Can I just take them out for a test drive?
I think you may not be ready for the kind of commitment that comes with a Corley Bunny value pack. Sorry, son.
Something small, furry, and yellow.
Sorry, this is the only set of teeth I got. Dang, there goes another one.
What do those pennants say on them?
Can't beat a Corley, they say. Kind of ironic, actually, considering how he died. Still, look great on your bedroom wall.
No walls. My bike is my home.
We could set you up with a little pole so you could make a flag, for your back seat.
I'll think about it.
Do you actually have any money?
As much as I need. Seen any vultures around here?
Nah, we don't have much of a vulture problem here, even though their hideout is right up the road. They stay pretty much locked up in there. Not very social.
Why all the lights down here?
We got a demolition derby tonight. First prize is a vintage curly hardtail, completely restored by the old man himself. Yep,
What's in the hat?
I don't know. Came filled with it. Probably some sort of packing material. Packs a punch, I'll tell you that much.
What's this big arena doing way out here?
Corley built the Smashatorium so his employees could have some wholesome entertainment nearby. He sure took care of his employees. I got no idea what's going to happen to us now that he's gone. Looky here. Nothing personal, but why don't you mosey along and stop scaring away all the other customers, all right?
Just clearing my throat.
If we don't got it, then it stinks. Sure. Take it for a spin. Just don't go out of range. Pat the bunny. You know you want to. You just can't get this stuff anywhere else, folks. And it's cheap, too. I'm practically giving this loot away. What's a couple of bucks in exchange for a timeless memento?
Looks like it's getting weak.
Oh, great, you killed the batteries. Appreciation rate of 300% per year. Don't crowd, everybody. There's enough for everyone.
It's out of juice.
That's right. Official Corley Motors Smashatorium souvenirs.
It's out of juice.
Don't go away.
No,
Come on.
that wouldn't help things.
Official Corley Motors merchandise. You, big feller. Come give our derby car a spin.
Do you remember going to Skywalker Ranch to record a video that was for marketing purposes, which was the Gone Jackals playing? And I don't know what, this is for some B-roll that we recorded for marketing use, but they also took a picture of the band and they made a leather jacket that said Full Throttle on it. And we filmed them playing in the same soundstage that the London Symphony Orchestra did Star Wars music on. And I just remember they came in and they wanted to pose with their bikes on the soundstage. And so they rolled, there was like the night watchman who was like letting us into the building. We had permission to be in there, but he like saw the motorcycles getting wheeled in. He's like, are those okay being indoors? And like, yeah. And like, he said, and he asked we had these actual biker guys who own the bikes, wheel them in. He's like, I think a leak on the woods, a hardwood floor in here. And the biker guy was just like, she'll leave her mark.
Well, that's a good segue.
But it's no big deal.
That's the old hardtail Mo restored with Malcolm. It's the exit. It only spins one way, and it's the wrong way. I'm not going in there. They all think I killed their beloved leader. It's the exit. It only spins one way, and it's the wrong way. A bunny won't do much there. No.
And it's cheap, too. Don't be a cheap jerk. Buy something.
I want to talk about Roy Conrad because we listened to a lot of audition tapes for this game, and everyone you tell them they're going to be a biker does this really, like tough. That was my tough guy voice. Like trying to be
like
super
Tasmanian
tough.
Devil.
And it always came through as trying to be tough, and I didn't like any of them. And then we heard Roy's voice, and it is really deep and tough sounding, but he's kind of gentle about it. And there's something about the fact that he's not trying to sound tough that just made us love it all right away. The second he started talking, we were like, yeah, man.
Such a great voice.
And he looked nothing like the character.
No, he looked like a dad, like a gentle,
kindly old
dad.
fatherly.
Just like the cell doors in Solitary. I'm here for the shareholders meeting.
Mr. Ripperger's postponed the meeting until Mr. Corley's murderers are apprehended. All the shareholders were notified.
Yeah. Well, I haven't checked my voicemail lately, Mac. No. Let me in.
Beat it.
Jerk. Let me in.
Beat it.
Jerk. Cool. The Corley Motors Factory. Holy ground. I don't walk. There's the Vulture's hideout on the other side of this field. I've heard a lot about the Vultures. And I guess it's all true.
I remember going into Tim's office at one point as the deadline was looming, saying, "Tim, you got to cut the mine road or the bunnies."
I remember
He's like, "I'm
that.
not cutting either one."
Mine Road or the bunnies?
Yeah, I'm like, "You
Were
got to
they the
cut
ones-
one, Tim. Something's got to go."
We had
Oh,
already
it's a
cut
bump-
so much on this game. I was like, we can't cut anymore. And the bunnies are crucial to the narrative.
No.
If we don't got it, then it stinks. We got your hats.
That should put some life into it.
Sure, sure. Take it for a spin. Just don't go out of range. Our bunnies come with batteries included.
Do you remember going?
Hey, don't go in there. Now look what you did. The entrance is all the way through the factory. Hang on, little buddy. Daddy's coming.
Now it's just me and the bunnies.
There was a local radio DJ named Alex Bennett who was a big
right.
fan of David Tennant.
No mementos. I'll have scars enough to remind me of this trip. The minefield's been replanted. Tidy little vulture. Don't think so. No. Don't think so. No. 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 I wonder how they keep it so smooth. I wonder how they keep it so smooth. It's meant for nuts. I'm saving that chain for my friends on the old mine road. I don't want to set off any of these boys.
Dang, there goes another value pack.
I'm saving that chain for my friend. It's meant for nuts. Nope, not as much fun without the car. I'm not going. They all think I killed their beloved leader. I bet bunnies aren't allowed either. Don't think so. I don't want to set off. No. I hate surprise. No. No.
That's the guy I was telling you about, Susie.
You sure?
Yeah, that's the guy who killed my father.
All right, vultures, rack 'em up.
Let's rip him quick.
Listen, Mo. You're making a big mistake.
Oh, Ben, you're right. We shouldn't do this quickly. We should draw this out, don't you think, Susie?
Hey, I got all night. You heard her, kids. Let's draw this out.
Corley and I.
Don't you dare talk about my father, you heartless bastard.
I'm losing my temper, Marine.
Hey, you're about to lose much more.
Malcolm once.
I said shut up about my dad.
Your father.
I said shut up about my dad.
I'm innocent.
You're in something, all right.
Let me go, or else.
Or else what?
I'll get blood all over your driveway.
That's good for the landscaping, actually.
Let me go, or else.
Or else what?
I'll sick the polecats on you.
The polecats are in jail, Ben. You put them there, remember?
Let me go, or else.
Or else what?
I'll call you names.
Ooh, like what?
Mink farmer. Let me go.
Or else.
I'll call you
Like,
Diaper Dynamo.
how? Where'd you hear that name?
Your father. He told me just before he died.
You bludgeoned my father and then talked about old times?
I didn't kill him. Ripburger did. A photographer took pictures, but her camera was stolen by the same thug that came after you.
I still have that roll.
Well, develop it, would you? While I still fit in my clothes?
Okay, you stay here.
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, don't sweat it.
I'm gonna get Ripburger even if I die trying.
No, we have to expose Ripburger at the shareholders before Father gets his dying wish. You take over Corley Motors.
Ripburger canceled the shareholders' meeting. He made a statement to the press that there'd be no meeting until the murderers were brought to justice.
So, no shareholders meeting until we're both dead?
That could be arranged.
Okay, so here we go. Faking Ben and Maureen's death. Act 1, Scene 1. Adrian Ripburger, in a desperate attempt to lure our Maureen out of hiding, has developed the following lame-ass scheme. First prize at tonight's smash-up derby is a vintage hardtail that Mo restored with her dad. Rip hopes Mo will try to nab said bike on account of her sentimental attachment to it. So Ben and Mo... play along, put on disguises, and enter the demolition derby, which ends tragically when their cars explode and both are presumed dead.
Question.
Please save your questions until the end. Now, the explosives in Mo's car can only be triggered by a head-on collision with Ben's car. This ejector seat projects Mo clear of the explosion, and she parachutes to safety.
Don't you think someone will notice her ejecting out of her car?
No, they'll all be watching you running around on fire.
Yeah, that's another question I have.
When your car explodes, you climb from it in flames and run around the stadium distracting the audience. In your cute little asbestos suit, of course.
That's some plan.
All right, then. Let's go blow you little darlings up.
All right, folks. Hang on to your chili dogs, because it's time to start. The Corley Motors Smashatorium Amateur Driver Ultimate Destruction Maximum Carnage Marathon. Let's meet our crash cage gladiators.
There's George.
George Lucas in the low.
Oh, God, that's right.
It's just a lookalike.
That's awesome.
No, that's not George. It's
Somebody in a George costume.
I love the hair.
See, they're all in disguise. Marine's got a wig on.
Oh, now I'm just embarrassed for them. Who do they think they're fooling with those ludicrous disguises?
And next to him is another masked newcomer. Please give a big Smashatorium salute to the Princess of Pile Up,
sick 'em.
And finally, we have a last-minute addition to the lineup tonight. A deadly-looking team known as the Boom Boom Brothers.
Fine, gentlemen, now.
All right now, are you ready to see some reckless driving? Are you ready to see some unnecessarily violent destruction? Then let the Demolition Derby begin.
Where are you, Ben?
Hang on, Mo. Here I come. Watch out for the Boom Boom Brothers, Mo.
Ben, what are you doing? Get over here and nail me.
That car stalled when I bounced off the roof. Looks like these babies have a glass jaw.
Ben, I can't avoid these other cars forever.
Okay, Boom Boom Brothers. It's all over.
Get him! What are you doing? Are you taking a nap? Idiots.
Okay, Mo. Time for our big finale.
Do it!
Now that's an explosion, ladies and gentlemen. Can't see any survivors yet. Wait, what's that? It's the unknown Avenger, and he's on fire! Let's give him a hand, folks. That looks painful. We really should put him out right away, but what a show, huh? Whew, what a pain threshold. He's still going.
That's the way out, but I can't get through that door.
I guess the Avenger never heard of stop, drop. Well, folks, it looks like the party's getting a little out of hand. The stadium seems to be catching fire, but let's all remain calm and... Yeah, you're right. The derby's over. Run for your lives!
Finally. Now, squish that firefly while he's hot.
Look at him run.
Did you get him?
We finally got him, Bolus. That means Ripburger has to make us vice presidents now, like he promised, and give us 10,000 shares of stock each. Funny smell. What's that? The temperature light?
Well, on the bright side, I just made 20,000 shares of stock. Time to start the shareholders meeting.
Where's the hardtail?
All over the floor, Mr. Avenger.
What? What happened to your deep sentimental attachment to your father's vintage bike?
Ben, it's just a bike. I can put it back together in about a half an hour. That's assuming, of course, I can find that key.
What key are you talking about?
So, Keith of the Gone Jackals recommended a guy he knew who had a Harley with straight pipes, big old chopper, and every single cylinder stroke sounded literally like a cannon going off. I mean, literally. And that's Ben's bike. And we did a bunch of pass-bys and starts and all the things that you would do. But the best recording that came out was strapping a Walkman Pro with a cassette it was a cassette recorder, which was actually really good that it wasn't digital, that it was recording onto magnetic tape because it's such a loud sound pressure. And we strapped it on the back of his bike with a gooseneck going to an SM57, which for audio people who may not know, is often used on a snare drum. It can take a lot of sound pressure level, these mics. You could mic, a cannon.
It was invented for the military.
Oh, really? Was it?
That's what Camden said the other day.
Wow, okay.
He's probably right.
So I just strapped it on the back of his bike and he just rode around. And that ended up being the cleanest recordings, the best recordings. We got accelerates, we got steadies, we got all kinds of stuff from that. And much of it was cut in without any processing or pitch shift or anything like that. It was just the sound of that wonderful Harley. So the driver of that almost dumped it, though, because it started raining. So we had to store it in the LucasArts lobby.
Right.
And
What's in the safe that's so important?
My dad's will. I'm counting on him to tell the truth about me finally.
Why did he keep you a secret all these years?
He didn't want people to find out about my mom.
What's so bad about Mrs. Corley?
She wasn't my mom.
But how are we going to get in the factory?
So, Keith of the Gone Jackals recommended a guy he knew who had a Harley with straight pipes, a big old chopper, and every single cylinder stroke sounded literally like a cannon going off. I mean, literally. And that's Ben's bike. And we did a bunch of pass-bys with a cassette. It was a cassette recorder, which was actually really good that it wasn't digital, that it was recording on a magnetic tape, because it's such a loud sound pressure. And we strapped it on the back of his bike with a gooseneck going to an
Later, hopefully. I'll never find that secret passage.
Hey, Ben, can't you see I'm busy? If I could find the spot to kick when I was only 6, I'm sure you can find it on your own.
I'll see what I can do.
Right. Here, take the photos. I don't want them. Show them to someone important if you get a chance.
There was...
I'm not going in there.
Sorry, the meeting's already started.
I know. Let me in.
Mr. Ripburger's giving his keynote address. No interruptions.
But I'm a shareholder.
Yeah, right.
Jerk. These need more exposure than that.
Mr. Ripburger's giving no interrupt.
But I'm a
Yeah.
Jerk. It's the exit. It only spins one way, and it's the wrong way. No. The Corley Motors fact holy ground.
Okay, I have to talk about this puzzle because it's causing me a lot of grief. This is the second puzzle everyone gets stuck on, and they hate
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
it's
get
a
really
tough
angry.
one.
So the puzzle is supposed to be that you have to line up your knees, your eyes with a crack on the wall, and the puzzle is supposed to be that Maureen wasn't a grown-up woman at that time. She was only a 4-year-old girl. So the crack should be much lower, and if you go there and kick it, it works. But we're worried people would just brute force it and kick everything. So we made it so you couldn't kick it unless all these gauges were all lined up, which is a little contrived. And so, but the thing, that's where I learned the rule of adventure games. If it's possible at all to brute force something, they will do it. They'll be like, well, I guess I just got to kick every pixel on this wall. And so people would kick every pixel and be like, why did you make that stupid puzzle where you have to kick every pixel? And I'm like, it was supposed to be this other thing.
Supposed to figure it out.
You're supposed to think the way I thought about it. And so that was a big learning experience for me.
Don't want the power company after me, too.
remember one time, like right as we were about to ship, I was testing it at home, like all night long, trying to crash it. And I like started to doze off, and my cat walked across the keyboard
I remember that.
and crashed the game.
Oh, that's right, the cat crash bug.
Cat bug.
And we could never, your cat would not reproduce
Not
it for us.
reproduce that bug.
And they were like, "Oh, we've got to fix it." And it's like,
Bring the cat in. Bring the cat in.
Pro. I can't.
Did you thank that
Everybody
cat in the credits?
get a
What was
cat.
the name of that
We started
cat?
bringing cats into the pit.
Did you thank it in the credits? What cat was that?
It was Eartha, and she was thanked.
Thank you.
Furniture moving? No. Very austere. No drawers. Now that's art. Look at that stadium burn. That's gonna take a bite out of the pension fund. Shatterproof. Thick glass.
This is the last game I ever programmed on, I believe. I remember doing Ben crawling all over the semi and doing the bunny stuff, which is maybe why it was such a problem. This is an interesting transition for me in learning about schedules and how terrible and hard they are. Because Day of the Tentacle, I feel like was the last game we did that was on time.
Yeah.
It was not a breeze, but it was like no crunch mode, followed the schedule. And part of that is because we had an extra 6 months at the end because of adding the voice we had.
Right.
But and this is the first game that went way over budget that I worked on. And and first time I had a producer, which is Casey. So she would come in, and I just remember you asked
like a specter.
Yeah, she'd come in and be like, Tim, when is this going to be done? And I just remember that weird feeling of, and I told this to you, like, I don't know how to express this, but I feel like you come in and ask me a question, and then I look over to the place where that information is, and I see this empty box with cobwebs in it. And then I come back, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
This is where you put the card. I don't want to set off any alarm. Locked. Looks like the meeting started.
Was not only an inspirational leader, but also a great personal friend. His loss affects us all deeply. Malcolm and I spoke often of the future. We talked of a day when Corley Motors would move beyond its humble beginnings into a new vehicular age. And although his tragic death took him from us sooner than anyone expected, Malcolm Corley's dream remains. And I shall carry out that dream in his memory. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you the future of Corley Motors. The Corley Minivan.
Corley was right. I never dreamed it would actually come to minivans, though.
Hey, who are you? How long have you been there? Oh, security! Help! Security! What took you so long? He ran down the hallway. Move it.
Mamus must be saying things.
I do.
It's locked. It's locked.
Man, that Ripper.
Hey, when is it that George came down and spoke to us all, and he said he had his 55%?
Catch him this.
This is.
Check out that double chin. What a stuffed shirt. Ah! Help! Secure. Why can't donuts?
That woman.
There's some sort of card. A tape. I sure hope that's Corley's will.
I do remember.
Cool.
So this is the, at the time, this is the worst thing we could think of to happen, which was that the motorcycle company would start making minivans. Because minivans, I feel like minivans, they're pretty new in the 90s, right?
That's true.
That's when they emerged. They were the epitome of just selling out and living a suburban life.
Yeah, I've got one.
I would love to have one right now. Let me tell you. Yep. But that was like the worst vehicle we could think of.
They were really ugly initially, too.
And nowadays it would be like, I don't, SUV? No, I don't. So it would be something that would imply that a motorcycle company had sold out completely. Because we were like, how do you make it, motorcycles, they live with a high-risk situation. How do you really threaten, how do you make something really scary? Like their way of life is going to end, and it's that their favorite motorcycle brand would start making this symbol of normal life. Domesticity,
suburban
exactly,
bliss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you see before you right now is my vision for greatness.
Oh, perfect.
This is a disaster.
You're telling me we're gonna have some major downtime here. Why don't you tell a joke or something?
I don't know any jokes. This reminds me of an amusing anecdote about
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Hey, when is it that George came down and spoke to us all, and he said he had his 55% rule? There was a game that precipitated that.
I thought it was 40. If you get 45% of what you want, then
No, 55.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was 55. No, it was just over half. He goes, if you've got this great idea and you think it's going to be killer, and through the realities of relegating it with a team and all the collaboration, all the technical limitations, you get it to 55% of relegating your concept, the audience will get it. And it's time to let go and ship your products, folks. Like, come on.
Right.
This is a business after all.
I don't want to set off any alarms.
Now, this next slide shows our new, more aggressive corporate strategy.
Where'd you get the idea of him having a New England accent? It's really cool.
Pepperidge Farms guy,
Pepperidge Farms.
I don't
here with these bikers.
In this, the voice for this game, I was more removed from it than I would be on future games. I got really involved in the casting.
Okay.
So I was involved in the casting of Ben and stuff, but Tamlin, Neelio, and Chris Brown did a lot of it on their own, and they went and recorded it definitely without me. And so, I don't remember. And Tamlin's thing was we got to differentiate all these characters.
Right.
And that's where a lot of the crazy accents come from, is like, we got to make them stand out from each other.
They worked. They're great.
All right, that's enough. How do I turn this damn thing off?
I'm sorry you had to hear that tape from one of Malcolm's psychiatric sessions. Near the end, he suffered many paranoid delusions. He was haunted by powerful forces of his own creation.
And here's one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maureen Corley, and do I have a heck of a story for you. By the time I'm done, you'll see why this man should be in jail. Hey! Where'd he hobble off to?
Uh-oh. There he goes.
And then he sent his goons after me.
Run, Ripburger. When it's time to find you, we'll just follow the shiny trail.
Yes, of course we'll have daycare facilities. Any other questions? Oh, speak of the devil. Come over here, Ben. That was great, Ben. We're finally where we were meant to be all along.
So, after we pick up your bike, we'll go get my gang out of jail.
And then find out why my gang never showed up to help us.
And then you go business suit shopping.
Don't remind me.
Don't complain. You're going to be rich.
At this point, I'd settle for just a little peace and quiet.
She interrupted my speech then. She really shouldn't have. I was just about to talk about the inherent dangers of motorcycle operation.
Can't you make this damn thing go any faster?
Pretty small. touched it, it would fall off. It's meant for nuts. Don't think so. Can't reach it. Let me try that again. So, don't complain. Don't think so. It's meant for nuts. I'm saving that chain in life. Nothing to hold on to over there. If I touched it, it would fall. I put my lips on that. No. If I put my lips on that. That fan's like a big meat grinder. Pretty small. Again, that fan's like a big meat grinder. Pretty small. Oh, let me try that. Don't complain. You're going. My cane! You'll need more than a cane when I'm through with you, Ripburger. I don't see a nut anywhere on that. I'd rather he didn't know I was back here. I'd rather he didn't know I was back here. Don't budge. I'm saving that chance for my... I'd rather he didn't know I was back here. No. No. Won't budge. Smells like gas. I'd rather he didn't know I was back here. Don't think so. touched it, it would fall off. Don't think so. I'd rather... I'm saving my chain for my friends on the old mine road.
No one sneaks up on me from behind.
I thought you said this thing couldn't move.
I said it couldn't fly. I never said it couldn't taxi.
Well, flying would be nice since we're headed for the gorge.
Ripburger, you're going to kill all of us.
Shh, Ben, don't ruin the ending.
How do you stop this thing?
From the cockpit.
Ah! Careful, Ben.
So much for the controls. I could have used those. Let me try that. Here goes nothing.
What the? Ah! Ben, what did you do? Ben! Ben! Are you alive?
I am, but I don't know about Ripburger.
I can see him. He's out cold. Climb back here, quick! Careful, Ben!
I'm taking you and your friends with me, Ben.
All you're taking is the wrong kind of medication. Can't reach him.
I feel like I remember programming this part too, because this is all like a reference to Dr. Strangelove. The code that you enter is, I think, preserve our essence.
Yeah,
which is
or
a big
Peter.
Peace on earth, purity of essence.
Yeah,
purity of essence, right? Or peace on earth, something like that.
Mandrake, ever been a prisoner of war?
Yeah. Why, yes, sir.
Yes, Jack. As a matter of fact, I have.
Ouch. Let me try that again.
Climb back here, quick!
Let me try that again.
Climb back here, quick!
I think you just killed a seagull.
Let me try that again.
Climb back here, quick!
try that again.
Ben, climb back here quick.
Jerk. Can't reach him. Can't reach him. Well, that answers that.
Wait, come back! We need your weight in the plane!
So this is a big question for the remaster because the aspect ratio is wider. And one of the puzzles here is as you run out of this, you don't see Ben's bike lurking in the corner. So you try to run for it and then you blow up. But it was a puzzle to you have to walk to the left to pan over to see the Ben's bike. But now I think it's just going to show.
Oh.
And I think the explosion looks like a giant croissant chasing you out of the plane. Watch this. Look for the croissant.
Must have been breakfast.
Here comes. And croissant.
Yes.
Delicious.
Flaky.
That's my favorite. Okay, that is a favorite.
That's the best shot.
Life was a game to him, and he played it by his own rules. He was a mystery to most of us, and yet an inspiration to us all. He gave us freedom. He gave us power. He gave us wings. He gave us wheels. Thank you, Malcolm Corley, for giving us a dream that will never die.
So, maybe we could do lunch sometime next week.
Yeah, sure. Lunch sounds great.
Things aren't gonna change, are they, Ben? I mean, just because I'm in charge of the company now, and living in a mansion and riding around in limos, that doesn't mean we won't spend a lot of time together, does it?
Look, Mo, you're in a different league now. You shouldn't be hanging out with the likes of me anymore.
But Ben... Oh, just a second. Hello? What? No, that's crazy. Is he nuts? Look, move the meeting up to 5 and tell the plant foreman that I'm coming over personally to inspect those parts. I know, that's what I told him. Excuse me, what was that last part? No, that alloy was flawed to begin with. Uh-huh, yeah. Good, great.